Hello, and welcome to Emerald Thoth with me, Mark. Coming straight in with a reading today, so I'm going to get straight into it because it might be a bit of a longer one than usual. Today I'm going to do a reading about a connection that you're thinking about, that is on your mind at the moment, that you want to ask Spirit about. Now, that may be a love connection, a romantic connection, your partner, your husband or wife, so it could be that. But it may be something else. It may be a child, it may be a parent, it may be a friend, a colleague, a boss. But just another being in mind. It might be a pet or an animal friend that you have. But just to have another connection in mind in a dualistic sense, we're looking at the connection you want to ask Spirit about. So what I want you to do is kind of think of that person, that being, and then just to hold that in your mind briefly with me now as we kind of tap into that energy of the connection that you're asking about. So we're just going to tap into that briefly now. Okay, so dear Spirit, Source, Universe of all angels and ancestors, guides, please help give us some information on this connection that you're looking at today. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take 5 oracle cards to be the spine of this reading. That's going to be the information between you and this person, so this connection, and then take 3 tarot cards on either side for you and the other being, and see where that takes us. So, Spirit, looking for an Angels of Atlantis card. That card, well, 2 cards came out for that side. And I'll take an Urban Crow card as well. Card came straight out from the top of the deck. So, intention and direction are at the bottom of the 2 decks for the Angels of Atlantis and for the Urban Crows. So we kind of set an intention there. You're setting an intention to find out more about this connection and find some direction on it as well. I'm going to try and see if Spirit wants to give me a card for the Divine Masters. Yes, this card has come out. Commander Ashtar's at the bottom of the deck, so leadership activation. This connection could be a leader that you know, or could be you and this person leading this earth in a certain way, or leading in a mission in a certain way in life together. Then I'll take the ancestors for further advice there. Okay, bottom of the deck is Creature of Earth, take charge. So it gives me a sense that there's a movement, but a slow pace of movement in the material for whatever connection you're asking about. And then the Time Traveler's Oracle to complete the spine of this reading. Universe. Do we want 2? Okay, 2 at the top and 2 at the bottom. The bottom of this deck is light and the angelic realm, 24, so it gives the sense that there's a high level to this connection, there's a high level of mission to this connection. I'm going to take the tarot cards now, and then the whole reading will be set up. So for the person, the being that you have in mind for that connection, I'm going to put on my right side. I'm going to do a little trick and flip these together at the same time, just after I've kind of done an extra shuffle to these cards. Okay. So, 3 tarot cards on each side. Let's have a look at what the bottom of those decks. I can see cards already popping out. The Hangman on your person's side. So it gives an indication that the person or the being that you're asking about is in a state of suspense. There isn't so much movement in the material world, and it's very Neptunian energy But it could be a sense they're understanding things, they're coming to a point of enlightenment. But at the moment, there might not be much movement or connection or communication so far. Not connection, but communication. And on your side, the bottom of the deck is strength. So in this kind of period, you're holding strong on what information that you're not getting at the moment. You're embodying that inner strength yourself, and again, you're standing tall. You've been in a few of the last few readings, so strength and Leo energy coming up there. I'll start with the oracle cards, and at the top, from the Angels of Atlantis, we have Hanael and Michael. And here we have willpower and I am present. It gives a sense of whales, of some of the big universal communicators. So where there may not be such communication between you and this person at the moment, there is a sense of divine connection speaking to both of you. Now it may just be you listening, or they may be listening as well, and that they're getting information from the divine, and also part of, kind of this cosmic lightworker web, that there is communication and knowledge out there. It's also saying that you've got a sense of willpower, that you have a determination, and whatever happens between you and this person that you're asking about, or this being that you're asking about, there's a sense of determination and willpower in yourself that's divinely connected. And that would follow from Michael, I am present. This gives me a sense of the throne of God or the throne of heaven. There's kind of a Triskelion, but like a double Triskelion here. And with the Triskelion, the thing about the Triskelion is it stays up no matter which way you throw it. It's kind of a Celtic, very interesting symbology. But it will always kind of stay up whichever way you throw it. And this says, with that willpower, that you are strong in your connection with the divine and the higher powers and the angelic realms. This is showing a strength within yourself, following the strength card of your higher connection, which is imperative to any other 3D manifest connection we have in this realm. The crows have number 22, grief. Now what this suggests is that I get the feeling both you and this person, or this may just be you, but between this connection there's a sense of grief. There may have been a sense that this connection was something, and it's turned out that it's not quite that there's a change, that there's a transformation process, there's a letting go process. All of us in life have grieving processes. This is not just for funerals or when people pass away from the earthly realm. Grief is also about letting go of old versions of ourselves, old ideas of others, old ideas of the world that don't serve anymore and that we can't move forward from. It's in part of our soul plans to let certain things go. And we all know, even without a spiritual sense, that we have to evolve and grow in life. It's inevitable. So in here it's saying, both you and this person have a sense of grief and letting go, and then normally strong connections will ask us to grow, and that means we have to grieve parts of ourselves that have gone. We have to grieve the past and let the past be the past, and that we kind of have to rise up. I do feel like that there's a rising up that would happen in this card. And so here it's almost a divine kind of connection, saying like, let this go, let this old version of yourself go. Also the number 22 on this card, and 22 talks about partnership and co-creation. So there's a sense of divine co-creation that you're having, and that may be available between you and this person, but there's a sense of letting go of the past of either this connection or both this connection and both yourselves and both previous connections you've been in that don't apply anymore. So then I would take the Ascended Master that's happening, the Divine Master. In this case it's Saint Germain and the Violet Flame. This would very much follow on from the grief, lots of purple energy, so lots of divine connection energy here. Alchemy, release the old, make way for the new. There's a lot saying that for these new partnerships, 22 again, a number of partnerships and harmony. For this to come in, that there's change, and I feel winds, as you can see, I feel winds of change blowing past. It's saying that there is an alchemy that let those flames kind of change it, and let that grief kind of change you, let the old ways die. Because if you want something new with this connection and you want new things in your life, then you have to let something be set to the fire and be set to to a divine transformation, because this is a sense of divine alchemy. It's more purple, as I've said, and it's the violet flame. The ancestors that are helping you. So here we've got Mother of Water, emotional self-care. This would say that in this connection, maybe emotions have been running high, or there might have been an intensity to it. It might have a kind of divine spiritual element to it. And so this card is asking you to make sure you take care of yourself. You know, the Queen of Cups is one of the most self-caring individuals in the tarot, because there is such a sensitive element to her. And so in that, it's saying, make sure you are looking after yourself, make sure you foster that divine connection, make sure you have your boundaries right, and that you throw those things of maybe people pleasing or not setting your boundaries or being overly emotional to the fire of alchemy, or maybe it's a case of you or this other person would have to set the ways of not being so open and being closed and being too self-contained to share that flow. So either way, it's probably asking here to make sure that you are pouring enough love into yourself as well as this connection, and that also on the flip side, and this may be interchangeable between the two of you, that you're not holding it in so much so there's an overflow that builds up. 2 cards from the Time Traveler's Oracle. Adventure number 3 has come up, so follows on from yesterday's reading. You could be on the verge of an adventure, or this connection could be on the verge of an adventure. It can also indicate that this person is further away from you, not in the same country, not in the same place. But there's also number 3 here, which is collaboration and community. So it could be that this connection could be part of a community, or you could both be fostering a community together. But it also gives a sense of endurance, because there's a camel on this card. There's also a sense of a lot of yellow and holding your own kind of personal power. And in that, this is black tourmaline as well, by the way. And black tourmaline, I've got yellow on, is staying grounded in yourself and who you are, and making sure you create those boundaries, physical and spiritual. And it's asking you to stay grounded in that sense of who you are and the communities that you're in, whether it be just this person or you with this connection and other people that surround that. And so there's a sense of adventure in it, and it can relate to that you've been on a long road, you continue to be on a long road with this connection, and that there is much further to go. There is adventure to be had. That can also indicate happiness, that in some way or form that this connection will bring you happiness. Now I say that it might not be the end result, and we can't hold on to expectations, because expectations will cause us more grief than is necessary. But it gives me a sense that there could be happiness in this relationship, or that it could lead you to a sense of happiness, because this is Shambhala in the Himalayas, and he's quite isolated. The mountain gives a sense of isolation. It follows Buddhist monk themes, so that the happiness may well be in you realizing your I am presence, your divine self, in this connection of who you are and loving yourself more. Or, of course, it could be that this person has a spiritual connection with you and you bring each other happiness. So I'll take the cards from your side. First card I have here is the 9 of Swords, which would indicate to me a sense of struggle that you've had. Obviously this relates to air, but the yellow here again, giving me a sense of this empowerment, and maybe you felt disempowered in this particular connection. And it's asking you to look to take that back, and the way that you can take that back is this divine alchemy, is letting go, is grief, is shedding of old ways, and realizing how divinely powerful and loved that you are. And you have ancestors guiding you, you have divine masters guiding you in this, and you're on a journey with it. And so here it's kind of as you almost don't want to look. You almost don't want to look at the result, and then at this moment in time there is fears and worries and anxieties that are there. But maybe the best thing to learn is how to deal with those anxieties. There is a case, and there's a lot of people who are empathic. The shadow side of being empathic, if that is the case for you, is that you can bring a lot of anxiety and fears and worries to situations, and some that are unnecessary, and some cause unnecessary strain. And whilst, people may be overconfident and not really take enough heed of anxieties in a more malignant psychopathic state or imbalanced psychopathic state, it is to say that for you, you can kind of transcend this. Nine of Swords energy. You can move beyond it, but you have to be aware of it as well. You have to be of any anxieties and fears that you may be bringing to the connection, and it may not be physically that you're in connection with this person, but your energy will come out to them in any kind of communication you send, whether that be a text or actual 3D messages, or whether it's just through the spiritual and astral realms, that the other person, if you are spiritually, divinely connected, can sense that energy as well across planes. So it's kind of asking you to look and be calm and to see the situation for what it is at this moment in time, because it does give a sense that there is fulfillment to be had on this path. This connection will bring you towards fulfillment, whether it's right now, whether it's with this person, or whether it's with somebody else in the future, or with yourself in the future. It gives a sense of fulfillment, and that's very much what the Ten of Cups gives. It gives a sense of satiety, is called with Crowley stuff, but it's the cups kind of in balance. It's actually Mars in Pisces, but Mars in Pisces, it kind of levels out a bit to say, we've got a grasp of these emotions, we've got a sense of satiety. You know, if you're going from the Nine of Swords to the Ten of Cups, you've done a lot of good work to say there is balance here. It can also mean relate to family. It can relate to the family you have with this person, or a future family you have with this person, or just your family in general, or sense of wider community, because this particular Ten of Cups has 10 cups full of like little baby jellyfish and 2 other jellyfish. There's a big sense of community in this card, and a richness and abundance. There's all these love hearts here. So there is something strong in this connection for you, whether that is directly in this connection or what it leads to, because you don't hold on to the expectation that it is definitely this thing or this person, but you hold on to that vibration of this Ten of Cups energy. This will bring me to a sense of that emotional fulfillment, you know, which is held by an embodied Queen of Cups. And my screen is reflecting, you won't be able to see this on your side, but reflecting a kind of rainbow. It's got all the rainbow colours, and that again is like a sign of joy and abundance, and it relates to the story of Noah and the Ark, that, you know, God's covenant, God's recontracting with the human beings, is that he sends over a rainbow, his bow, to say that this is a reforming of the connection. There may be a reforming of the connection for me to see that rainbow here, and it's kind of divine joy and abundance that rainbows represent. And also in here is the Ace of Wands, and so this gives a reignition sense here, and a sense of you reigniting your passions on this side, and that may be in this relationship. It gives me a sense with yourself that you take up more of what you are passionate about, and as such that will help this connection, and it will help you in any further connections, because you taking the leap a little bit here with this rabbit, and you being in connection with the divine, as this I am presence is saying, will bring this kind of fulfillment. And here is the element of, you know, look at your passions, look at what you're passionate about and what's going to fulfill you, and as you focus on that and maybe take off some of the anxiety to this connection will develop as it's meant to, and either that will mean it will fall away because it was never meant for you in your higher path, is what you're asking about, a connection in your higher path. You know, this is leading you to your highest path, whether that connection falls away or whether it is with this person, whether this person is your partner in this Ten of Cups, or whether this person is part of a community that is the Ten of Cups element for you. You have to have faith that when you're holding that vibration and you're moving, you're holding this energy, and you're taking up this Ace of Wands and this Ten of Cups energy, and you're releasing this Nine of Swords energy, that you are going to have a match, whichever way that turns out to be when it manifests. So, okay, I'll save that bit till last. Your person side, or the connection side, starts with the Emperor. The Emperor is stable, the Emperor is balanced, and hopefully the Emperor is well aspected, because, you know, it depends on what state they're in. But this Emperor is looking to the world, is looking to dominance, is looking to have a higher perspective with this eagle. So this person's intentions, or this being's intentions, seem to be good and seem to be positive. Now, the road to hell is paved with good intentions, so I couldn't speak on exactly what's happening in there, but they want a sense of stability in their life. There may be a past life Egyptian connection. There's an Ankh here and an Ankh here. And there's a shield, so they may be a bit guarded at this moment in time as they want to embody this. They want to embody a sense of security with the 4 here. They want to embody a sense of strength and a sense of being able to protect and lead in this connection in particular, maybe just in general in the way they are in the world. But there are questions to be asked, and there may be confusion and illusion for this person because we have the 7 of Cups. And the 7 of Cups says there are a number of riches here in the world which may turn out to be poisons, or may turn out to be the rewards or these 10 of Cups you're looking for. But at this moment in time, they're not sure what are the right options. They're not sure what are the right options for their heart and what way to go. This person here is a female in this particular one, may be relevant or not, is trying to understand what is the right way to go and what fulfills their heart, because this is fiery focus, this is Aries, this is moving forward focus. So they could be moving forward in the world and going in different directions and following passions and work and missions that they are, they may be looking to take over the world in some way, that they are passionate about, that they are infused about, but in terms of the emotional realm, then they're not so sure. But what they are looking for, it seems, is this sense of fulfillment. And this is like more of the traditional 10 of Cups. Notice a type of rainbow. There is, I think, an actual rainbow in the 10 of Cups card and the Rider-Waite, but they formed it with the cups as still like a rainbow in here. So both of you are searching for a rainbow in this connection. I see it again on my screen. And so it's a positive sign that both of you are looking and searching for a sense of spiritual fulfillment. It would suggest to me that from your side that you have to work on the anxieties that are going on in your head and focus on your passions and what you are passionate about within yourself and in your divine connection. And this person is looking to focus on what brings them emotional fulfillment, as well as just embodying this strong kind of protector emperor energy. That also, what does that mean? What is that worth? Who do you share that with? And in here, you've got that satiety. You've got the kind of sun at a nice kind of place and peak where it's bright and shining, but it's still in the sky. And there could be a happy home here for you and this person in the end. Again, that may not necessarily mean that it's directly this connection between you and this person, but you both seem to have that intent. You both seem to have that intention to, and that was the bottom of this deck, his intention to create this balance in your lives. There's Gabriel and Sandalphon coming in there as well, so more angelic guidance for you to say it's moving you both towards a sense of fulfillment. And by having this connection between each other, and with it being divinely led, then you will find that. And whether that's you and this person, or whether that's you and this community, or whether that's you and some other person or some other community, it's still leading you towards this 10 of Cups. Because both of you have that desire, and actually you both have a similar desire, and you're looking for the ways to find it. So in some sense, there is a match on the vibration that you're both looking for. How that pans out and how that manifests is still to unfold. But rest assured that you and your connection with the divine, and you transmuting and you changing and you healing and you alchemizing yourself is leading you to an important place. So thank you for being here. I hope that helps you on your journey, and I hope you go forward from viewing this reading with optimism and enthusiasm. And please do let me know if it resonates. Please do leave a cups emoji if you want, or anything that you feel like leaving, if it's a jellyfish if you got it. But I wish you the best on this journey, and you are making steps and you are making strides, and with double 10 of Cups, whatever way it happens, you are moving towards a place of fulfillment. And so follow your heart in that. Try and ease those fears in your mind and follow your heart and what you're divinely looking for. And just with me for a second, just hold your heart and say, I look to move with divine guidance in alignment with my highest, most fulfilled path on life on this earth. so the very best of luck with that. I believe in you, I love you,